Hi, Corey.
Hi.
I'm Katie.
Hi, Katie.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thanks for coming in today. I just wanted to go over a few things before we get started. Do you know what confidentiality means?
A little bit.
It just means what we say here is completely confidential. This room is completely soundproof. What we talk about is between me and you. But I am a mandated reporter by the state, and anything that has to do with child abuse or you harming others or yourself is something that I would have to report. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, awesome. I might take a few notes while we're together, just so I have something to refer back to. Everything we say here is important to me, what you share with me, and I don't want to forget anything that's important. So is that all right?
Yep, that's
awesome. Cool. I just want to know what brought you in today. What's going on?
I'm just feeling really stressed out. I just have a lot going on. My husband just recently deployed, and it's the first time we've ever been separated really like this. And then that on top of like school and work is just really overwhelming me.
Wow. So what I heard you say is your husband left for his first deployment, and this is the first time that you've ever been separated from him, which could be super stressful and a really big change. And do you work full-time or you work part-time?
I work part-time it's called Maximum Health Services. So I work with autistic children, and we do it's called ABA, Applied Behavioral Analysis type techniques to try and help them get better.
Awesome. That takes a lot of selfless care.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really great. What got you interested in doing that?
I've always just found it interesting. I used to babysit an autistic boy, and his parents found out about it, and now that I'm pretty much available to do it, I applied for the job, got it, and yeah.
Are you enjoying it?
I do. I enjoy it. I enjoy the little girl that I work with. It's just very, very stressful. So yeah, if you're thinking about having kids and you work that, it's going to change because you want to go home and be in your own space. So.
Wow, and I heard you also say that you're a student. Are you full-time as well?
Yes, I'm a full-time student.
Wow, what are you going to school for?
I'm actually going to school for social work. So.
Wow, yeah. Well, that's awesome. So I hear you say that you really like to help people.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Do you think that you would work with children with disabilities when you get your degree in social work, or is this just an experience that you're...
I think just an experience.
Okay.
Just kind of seeing what else is out there in the field, but I also am trying to take care of myself mentally too, so that's why I'm there,
Yeah, absolutely. So what's been going on? What's your emotions of your husband being gone? What's the frequency that you're having?
Emotion-wise, I'm pretty sad. And then I think you said frequency, right? So it's almost every day I'm feeling it. So there's not any day, I don't really think there's any day that's better than the other. But then at the same time, there's not really any days that are worse than the others.
Is sadness the only emotion that you're feeling? Or you
about him being gone? Pretty sad, kind of stressed out as well. Just with making sure bills are paid and then taking care of our dogs. Sometimes my days can be 12 plus hours.
Wow.
With school and work and travel time. So we have 2 dogs at home that I worry about.
Okay. I definitely want to come back to that, but from a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being it's manageable, I'm a little stressed, I'm a little sad, it's fine, to 10 being I cannot function in my regular activities during the day. Where do you find yourself during the week?
During the week, probably a 6 or 7.
Okay.
So, fairly high.
Yeah.
So.
And then on the weekends, is that less stressful for you since you're not going to school and work?
Yeah, okay. Definitely a lot less stressful. Kind of gives me some me time or to run errands and get homework done.
So you kind of feel like you release some of the stuff off your plate and kind of brings down those levels, and then when you start your week back on Monday, it's just that hamster wheel of reoccurring feelings.
Yeah.
Well, that's normal. I think just having daily obligations during the work week, we just day in, day out, just schedule routine, and the weekends. I'm really glad that you aren't working on the weekends and find time to get some stuff done and time to release some of that stress.
Yeah.
So that's it's really good. I definitely want to work with you to get those stress levels down during the week. And then, like, are they all day? Like, when you're feeling that super stress or sadness, you wake up in the morning and you feel like it's just from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed. Is it lasting all day, or sometimes better than others?
I would say it's probably the worst morning and night. Just because, you get used to waking up with somebody there, or going to bed with somebody, that the initial, like, waking up and not being like, hey,
Absolutely.
is a little hard.
Yeah, that's totally normal. I think when we get used to someone being there all the time, they're not there. It's just having to find a new reality and find a new normal. So that's totally normal. What are some other things? Are you sleeping less now that he's gone? Are you have had more stress now? Are you eating less? Are any of those things different?
I've definitely noticed that I'm sleeping a lot less. Like, I used to be able to get in bed at like 9 and be passed out by 9:30. But now I'm up until like 11:30 midnight on most nights. So, and then
you have a 12-hour day to work.
Yeah. So, very high on caffeine. Like, I drink a lot of caffeine.
Do you feel like the caffeine helps the stress throughout the day, or does it make you more anxious?
I mean, I can definitely tell when it makes me more anxious. So, like, if I have a lot of schoolwork that needs to be done, then I get really anxious, and I can, like, feel it in my heart,
Mm-hmm.
That, or, like, if I get frustrated at work with what's going on, then I can definitely feel like, oh my God, I feel cracked out right now, and I don't want to be here because this is stressful.
Yeah.
So
what do you do in those times of you're working with your child with a disability and you feel like you're at the edge? Is there any things that have you tried breathing techniques? How do you get out of that moment of
stress?
Panic?
I mean, there's definitely been times where I just kind of take a step back, and it kind of works. It's almost like in her treatment plan too, to kind of take a step back, but taking a step back and then taking a deep breath and then reapproaching the situation to either, if she's throwing a tantrum, get her to stop throwing a tantrum and like, hey, this is what we're doing next. So
yeah,
and the fact that everything's so scheduled while I'm there, I think that helps too. Like, okay, I only have to deal with this for 15 more minutes, or
absolutely.
So.
Well, it sounds like some good techniques that you have already. What are some things that you have support-wise? Do you have family in the area?
Yeah. So I do have roommates.
Okay.
I've known them for a couple years now. They're allowing us to stay with them fairly cheap while he's gone, since working part-time is not the same as working 2 full-time jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're doing that. And then my dad recently just moved about 10 minutes away, so he's always extending the offer to come over and like hang out. And so I see him pretty often. And then I'm from Washington. I'm from Des Moines, so I see my friends out there pretty frequently too.
Awesome. So I heard you say that you meet with your dad. How often?
Probably like once or twice a week.
Nice. For just dinner, or?
Yeah, dinner, just hanging out, kind of talking about his new plans for his house that he wants to completely remodel.
So is he a good support system for you?
Yeah, definitely.
That's awesome. Do you have any brothers and sisters in the area?
Yes, I have an older brother and a younger sister that live back in Des Moines, which is only a 30-minute drive, so it's not that far. But
okay.
Yeah, I'm a lot closer with my sister. She's younger than I am with my brother. So.
Okay. And just seeing them
I see my sister probably it doesn't sound often, like 3 to 4 times a month, but we talk on the phone all the time.
Okay.
So
she seems to be a good support system for you as well.
Oh yeah. So I tell her what's going on.
Yeah. Well, that's great. It's great that you have family in the area. A lot of people don't have that privilege, and that's really great that you have that. Is there any social groups or friends that you have in the area that have you met people at school, or what are some things that you do outside of work? And
there's a few people from school that I really click well with. One of them, we try and work out during school week, but it just kind of flexes with our schedule because my schedule changes a lot. So try and do that. The other weekend I went to a pinology market with another girl, so that was really fun.
Great. So I heard you say you like to work out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So how often do you try to get that in your schedule?
Initially, I was trying to work out 5 days a week, but I found on Tuesdays and Thursdays, which are my long days, when I tried to fit in a workout, I was waking up earlier and making myself feel worse throughout the day, and so I figured, like, if I truly want to take care of myself, I shouldn't punish myself for not being able to work out on those long days.
Absolutely. So I'm glad you can find the balance and not be hard on yourself when you don't have time, and if your days are already long and adding more stress of making your day longer, I think that probably is the best thing for you, and realizing this is temporary and this might not always be like this. So that's great. That's a great strength that you have. Have you ever looked into the VA with different support groups with military wives of deployed husbands?
I have, and I would just say that, like, personality-wise, of the spouses that are involved in those groups, they just don't click very well with me.
Okay.
And then just, like, their time schedule is always in the middle of the day. Like, nobody else has a job, so.
Okay. Is there any other groups that the VA offers that you looked into?
None that I'm aware of.
Okay.
So I don't doubt that they have any, but I just haven't really looked into it.
Okay. Is that something that you're interested in us kind of exploring together, see if there's anything that you might want to try?
Yeah, I mean, if I could find people with similar experiences and, you know, a very understanding perspective of, like, hey, we all have our lives outside of this that we're trying to manage, then
yeah. Awesome. How is are you religious? Are you spiritual? Do you practice anything culturally?
I mean, spiritually wise, I would definitely say I'm spiritual. I do believe that there's a higher power, that there is, like, a God. But as far as religion, I wasn't really raised in a religious house. Never really went to church.
Mm-hmm.
But it is something that I find a lot of people really enjoy and find comfort in.
Yeah.
So it's something that I would be interested in exploring and just learning more about, because there's so much to learn within it.
Yeah.
That it's something I want to be involved with, but I don't know how to get there.
Okay.
Or, like, what, I don't even know, like, the differences in religions.
Yeah.
So, like, it's a big thing to get involved with.
Yeah.
So
it sounds like to me that you seek community, and that's the thing that you would want to get out of it, is just a community of people gathering and supporting one another.
Yeah.
Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you're always interested in that, we could look and see if there's areas in Puyallup near you that you could seek out or find services through. If that works for you can always let me know. What are some areas that you would like to see improvement in while we work together, through your stress levels, school and work balance? Is there anything else that you would like to work on while we're together?
I think overall just my physical health, and I know that sounds very like I should be seeking a doctor for physical health, but I really feel as though my physical health is taking a toll because of my mental health. So I mean, I think the more that we're working on like time management or stress management and different things that I can do, it's going to help with like my sleep and sleeping better and just waking up feeling rested rather than feeling like I have to take an enormous amount of caffeine to just make it through a day.
Absolutely. It sounds like sleeping is your number one priority, and finding ways that maybe when you get home to relax your mind so you're able to go to sleep, and finding ways that as your husband gets settled, finding ways that you guys can communicate on a daily basis, as he gets time to talk, and as well as managing those stress levels throughout your week and really getting them under control. So we're not at a 6 to a 7 during the week. We can maybe be at a 3 or a 4 as we work together these next couple of weeks to try to find coping skills to get these levels down. Is there anything in the past that you've used to when you have felt at your most highest stress levels to bring those down throughout your week? Any other stressful event that you've been through before, or feeling overwhelmed?
I guess like when I look back on it, when I get really overwhelmed, I just kind of shut down and watch TV and like watch Grey's Anatomy, like sad shows, not even happy shows, the shows that like get you feeling some type of way. So I guess like something that I would need is like a better skill than just shutting down and not wanting to do anything.
Do you find yourself right now watching sad shows?
Oh, heck yeah. This Is Us, I'm all up to date on it. Like, yeah, like the love shows and like The Bachelor, like it's not even real love, but it's just like, oh my God, just something to like take my mind. I call it dumb TV, or like turn my brain off TV, because my brain shuts off and I just like zone out and become a whole other person when I watch it. So that's what I always tell my husband. I just need my brain to turn off, so I'm going to watch this. So.
Okay, so finding new skills, maybe not sitting in the front of the TV and crying and making those emotions worse, but finding happy things, or putting on music that makes you happy, so you can increase those happy levels versus decreasing and falling into sadness even more. That's something that we can work on, trying to sort out things that could help you versus make those symptoms worse. Is there anything else that you want to work on when we're together?
I mean, those all sound, I think, like a great starting place. I'm sure as I start to figure stuff out, I'll always find more things that I'll want to work on.
Absolutely. So I know your schedule's very busy, so it is hard to find the time to come in here. So I want to honor that time when you are here for us to really work on things that you feel that are in desperate need to help fix, so you can be more productive in your weeks. So you can make an appointment once a week, every other week, once a month if that's the most that you can do. But your time here, I want to be beneficial to you and really help you. So whenever you can feel time, not feel pressured, this is your time when you come in here. This is your self-care. So I just want to make that clear, and I want to honor our time together. And I just want to thank you for taking the time to come and recognize your dedication for work and your dedication to school, and being a wife as your husband's gone. Those are really hard things and to find a balance with together, and I just want to thank you for your time today. So I could walk you out. We can make you your next appointment, and whenever you feel like you have time, and I would look forward to meeting with you again.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Corey.